This little fancy
Greetings,
camera.
Facebook.
This little fancy camera is doing a high-def thing for YouTube.
Okay.
So both of those you'll be able to draw from.
All right.
So first off, what is your name, sir?
My name is Attorney Chris Wiggin, and my tagline is "Let's put Wig to work."
Okay, can you just move back once? Right there. Just want to come up a little bit. Right there.
All right.
Perfect. Okay, now tell me some stuff. Tell me, what are you running for?
I am running for the school board.
You're running for the school
Yes,
board.
sir.
Are you just running? You're not running to be reelected?
No, this is going to be my first turn in the sandbox, so to speak. I have something of a long background in public service. Worked for the Department of City Planning in Pittsburgh. Clerked for the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. And worked for the Governor's Office of General Counsel. I have a master's degree in public administration, focused in social and urban development, as well as a law degree. So I like to think that at least on paper, you're going to be hard-pressed to find somebody who's more qualified. Most importantly, I have a heart for the people and the spirit of service, and I'm ready to get to work making a difference in the community rather than perpetuating the problem.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy happening with the Penn School Board. People watch this on Facebook and all around and wonder why you want to get involved in this.
Well, again, you can either sit on the sidelines and complain, or you can get down to business and work on making some solutions, and that's what I'm hoping to do. And so as I said, with my background in public service, I hope to, now be able to take that and really put it to work with the people. And I've got some new ideas, and hopefully.
What kind of ideas? Give me some of your ideas.
Well, I mean, they cross the spectrum with respect to things that are involved in terms of the financing for the community, because, as you know, we have a significant debt that we have been handled because of what I think is some poor decisions in the past. So what I'd like to do is come up with some new and innovative cost solutions that we can find revenue sources other than just simply raising taxes and what I believe is mortgaging the future of the community based upon bad decisions in the past. So some of the things that we can do are getting kids involved, where a lot of things we can do that are beneficial to the kids as well as the community. Kids do run walks where they get people to sponsor them, and then they do some laps around the track and bring in some money for that. There's opportunities to have student and faculty basketball games, other things like that, where we can raise money that are going to help contribute to some of the costs and a lot of the programs that have been cut now because of budget shortages and this, that, and the other. We can find ways to replace them so that the children have opportunities. I know there's been a big stink about the German program being cut. I know my daughter's in the middle school band, and their music periods have been drastically reduced to next to nothing. So what we want to do is find ways to bring money so that we can bring those programs back. And then in terms of the larger situation, which is the crippling debt that the district personally has, I think that's going to involve in reaching out, getting new players involved who are willing to participate in something of a public-private partnership. Let's get some sponsorships for the school, other events and activities, whether it be naming rights for classrooms or this, that, and the other, where we can get people involved in contributing some money back into the district. I believe that we can hopefully work with some of the lenders to renegotiate the debt structure, because at this particular time, some staggering percentage of our budget is just going to debt servicing, and that's not helping anybody. That's just putting money in the pockets of these banks and things like that aren't necessarily benefiting the children anymore. And so if we can renegotiate some of those terms and reduce those costs, we can free up some additional revenue to make some significant, withdrawing down of that debt, and then getting the money back to the classrooms and to the curriculum where it belongs.
Let me cut to the chase.
Yes, sir.
Penn Hills people are worried, and you're signed it.
Oh, that's all right. Yes. Penn Hills people are worried.
They're worried about that their taxes are going to be raised.
Right.
A lot of people on fixed incomes, and they're sitting there wondering who's going to raise their taxes.
Right.
And that's how their vote's going to be. Just cutting it to the chase. It's all about dollars. Always follow the money.
Right.
When you get on school board, do you think that there might have to be a tax increase?
As I understand it, I think that they have already voted to increase those taxes. And one of the things that I'm hoping to do is to sunset that tax increase as quickly as possible and get rid of it. And that's why I'm talking about we're going to need to find some new sources of revenue in order to replace that. So it's not just going to be a tax hike to the community. So whether it's going to be renegotiation of the loan structure with the lenders, reaching out to corporations and building that public partnership, as well as student-driven activities that we can use, a holistic approach to raise that money so that we don't simply just raise taxes and stick it to the community.
Now let me get it straight. You're saying that you're not happy with the tax increase, that you're planning to do something to get rid of that tax increase?
As quickly as possible.
Quickly as possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, and like I said, it's gonna be a multi-tiered approach, dealing with not only with the current debt costs, but also then bringing in new streams of revenue other than a simple tax increase. Because those people that made these decisions sort of mortgage the future of the community, because of their bad decisions. And what we want to do is Penn Hills was one time, one of the crown jewels of the county.
It was.
We have a tremendous location. We have a lot of positive things going for us. We've got a lot of great people that live in the community, and what we need to do is capitalize on those assets and find new ways, like I said, to bring money in other than a simple tax increase.
Final words?
Final words.
And make sure you mention your name a couple times during that final word.
Sure. My name is Attorney Chris Wiggin, and I am running for the Penn Hills School Board. I have 2 daughters that are in the district right now, with the 3rd on the way. And what I always say is that this is not about me, it's about how we can build a better community through good public policy. I have a background in public service. I've got a master's degree in public administration. I'm trained in staffing, planning, and responsible budgeting, and I want to bring all those skills to bear so that we can make good decisions and move our community on to the future.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Very nice.
I hope to be of service to you and everyone else in the community.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for taking the time to